And you're rolling for a reason.
And sisters, how the hell are we doing today? Urban Inc. on assignment. We're out here in St. Louis in the nice quaint little Belle Noire neighborhood. Very peaceful, very quaint. What a lot of people don't realize is that the house that we're coming up to on my left was the site of the original Exorcist happening. It wasn't a little girl like Linda Blair portrayed, it was a little boy, age 13. Happened in November, December 1949. And I believe we should be right here. Big ups out there to Jimmy Farrow. We'll be right back. Brothers and sisters, 8435 Roanoke Drive. The site of 1949, the original Exorcist happening. Young teenage boy, 13, was brought from Washington, D.C. on a trip here. When he got here, they found out to what they thought was a possession, and the Jesuit priests were called in, and in this spot is where it all happened. If you enjoyed that video, brothers and sisters, that was a real piece of history back there. The exorcism lasted 30 days. The Jesuit priests came in, took that little boy down to the university, exorcised him for a month, get the devil out of him. Just, God damn, is all I can say about that. And sisters, how are we doing today? Rocky Mountain Hi-Hat on location, St. Louis. One of the top haunted places in the United States. We are at the Lemp Mansion, just down the road from the Budweiser Brewery. Historic section of St. Louis. Take a little walk around the front. Really cool building. Let's see if I'm zoomed out here. There we go. Really cool old building. We're about to tell you a little bit about this story. We're just going to get a little bit of a walk around. They're serving lunch today, so I'm going to go inside and have myself a drink. I just talked to one of the guys here. He said it was okay for me to walk around, do some videoing inside. Check things out. I believe we will. This is one of the 10 most haunted places in America. Johann Adam Lemp from Germany came to St. Louis in 1838, immigrated to this country to find his fortune. He brought with him a special lager beer recipe, and whenever he got here, he got into the beer business. He actually opened up a grocery store, sold his homemade lager beer out of the grocery store, and eventually that lager beer caught on and came to prominence as it was the first lager introduced to St. Louis. The Lemp Brewery then built itself to prominence and was the #1 brewery in St. Louis all the way up until the time of Prohibition. So before they was Budweiser, they was Lemp Brewery. Lemp Lagers, that's right. There's 33 rooms, and there's supposed to be a tunnel that connects this building to the old brewery site. Now, the old brewery site's obviously been torn down, but it would be really cool to be able to find out about the tunnel and everything. I'm going to ask about that whenever we go inside. I'm going up here around the edge of the building now. If you look over, you can see the old church over that way. Really ornate, really cool old building. We're going to walk around and share some more information. Really cool old building. Lemp Brewery was also the first brewery in America to achieve coast-to-coast shipping with rail and the use of the river systems. William Lemp Jr. took over the brewery after his father's suicide. We'll talk more about the deaths in a second. He sold the brewery in 1922 following Prohibition and moved into other interests. Another look at the carriage house. You're watching us on camera up there, yeah. Watching me, watching you. It's locked up. We can't get inside. There's the hi-hat in the window. Notice how the house is spelled in German. Really cool place. The mansion itself was sold in 1975 and started to undergo the renovations, most of which we see now. All this stuff here. It's a really cool little garden back here. Don't you know there's about to be some smoking done? Yes, it is the hi-hat after all, goddammit. I still gotta fucking maintain my reputation. Well, goddamn. It's like 100 degrees today with a fucking heat index in the city. I wish that sumbitch was going. I'm about to set my ass right here behind it. There's the front entryway. I'm gonna be going up there and checking that shit out too, boys. I ain't got the rope up, so I'm gonna go anyway. You know me, ain't gonna keep me out. One of these little rooms right off the entrance is where that dude killed him. This is the inside of the Lemp mansion. The first room right off the front of the place. When you come in, there's the door that you come in right there. It's the ceiling. Really ornate paintings on the ceiling. If I'm not mistaken, it is in this room where one of the sons committed. Wanted as a motherfucker in here, supposedly. We're gonna go in here and have a drink in just a second. There's two really cool stained glass images. William Lemp Jr. and Lillian Lemp, the lavender woman, just inside the bar. Man, brothers, I'm telling you right now, this is a creepy motherfucker in here. I mean, a creepy motherfucker. I don't know if I'd want to stay the night here or not. Time to sneak upstairs. It's 1:45. I'm just kind of sitting up here in this hallway, seeing if I smell anything. I want to smell this lavender, seeing if I notice anything, hear anything. It's so creepy, man. Those stairs freak me out. They say this is the room where they think Charles Lemp shot himself. And I'm telling you right now, I can fucking smell lavender. How weird is that? We are now on the 3rd floor of the Lemp mansion. Hey, Coca-Cola machine. It's so creepy walking down these narrow halls. The floor is all uneven. You can feel it underneath your feet creaking and popping. Fucking stairs freak me out, man. I don't like steep stairs. I don't know. Everybody's got their thing. That's mine. This 3rd floor area up here is where you're supposedly able to see and hear the monkey boy, the ghost of the monkey boy, running around in here. They say that he was kept hidden away, and I wonder if these little passages, these little nooks and crannies, might be how they did it. So fucking creepy and freaky, man. This is the upstairs, one of the upstairs dining rooms. This whole place has been turned into a restaurant. But man, it's just got a creepy ass feeling in here. Like you can feel it. It's palpable. So I'm back in the room over here by the front door. I was told that one of these little glass vases has been seen sliding off and breaking. Really creepy old room in here. There's the lavender woman. Creepy ass old hallway. Creaky ass old stairs.
Jimmy Reece here, Urban Inc. Welcome back. Thank you to my partner Jim Phillips for his special on the Lemp Mansion. We are here today in West Hills, Long Island. We are in search of Mary's grave. The place is kind of desolate, especially at night. There is some traffic, as you can see, during the day. Now, this is a personal memory of mine. I was not aware of the legend of Mary at all. I just happened to work in this area back in 2002. And I used to cut through this road that I found very intriguing. I wasn't sure why, but it seemed very mysterious, and I kind of dug it. So at lunch, I used to come out and cruise up and down Sweet Hollow Road, which is where we are right now. And it was the summer of 2002, and I was taking a lunch break, and I was sober. Miracle of miracles, right? But as I took a path down this road with my car, I saw a girl dressed in white, just walking. And I was like, that's weird. It was summertime. It was this summery looking dress. It was this long white dress, long haired girl. I was like, that's weird. And I drove under the underpass, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and the girl was gone. And I thought to myself, damn, that was some good shit you took back in the 80s. But I also thought, wait a minute, I saw what I saw. What was that? Well, I started asking questions around the place that I worked at the time. And one of the fellas that I was friendly with lives in this area. And he said, oh, you saw Mary. And I looked at him like, who's Mary? Well, apparently there's a couple of legends about this woman, or girl, actually, more accurately named Mary. There are conflicting stories, but this is what I've gathered pretty much. Mary was a girl who had a father who was a teacher in a school in the nearby area here, and supposedly Mary's father grew so angry with the class and the children that he locked the children in at the school and burned the school to the ground. Now, there is some stories I have heard about a school being burned somewhere here on the grounds. After this supposedly happened, Mary herself was put in an institution. Somehow she survived this. That's one story I've heard. And then she burned down the institution. Now, I have heard stories of the institution being built here somewhere on these woods, going back over 100 years, and that did burn to the ground. So how much of this is placed in fact, who knows? I don't know, but I know this much. I saw a girl walking on this road 17 years ago, and when I looked in my rearview mirror, she wasn't there. So either it's good drugs from the 80s or there's something else going on. Two more things I wanted to mention about this overpass. There is another story about the overpass involving 4 young boys who somehow, I don't know why, they decided to have a suicide pact and they hung themselves off this bridge. From what I've heard, their ghosts still haunt this bridge. One other thing, I came here many years back with the Bartman from Wisteria Hall, and he can vouch for it. They say that if you park your car and put it in neutral under this bridge, that Mary herself will give you a push. We moved about 3 or 4 inches. Take it for what it is. But I figured I'd throw those 2 more crazy facts in about this crazy, crazy place. See you over at the cemetery. Yeah. Well, folks, we found Mary's grave. We're now here at the cemetery here on Sweet Hollow Road. Mary does not have a last name. When we were here years back, you could see Mary's name much more clearly, but here's the M, the A, the R. It's really, really, really faded. Mary is kind of on her own here. Now, supposedly, not proven again, there's so many rumors about the legend of Mary. Mary supposedly was the daughter of a family here named Bayless. Now, we took some shots so you'll be able to see those headstones. They're all over this old section of the cemetery. Yet here's Mary on her own. There's nobody near her. She doesn't have a last name. Over the years, the word Mary has faded and faded. As you can see, it's almost really hard to make it out. I can still see it, but I'm standing right in front of it. You have to get real close to it. But this was Mary's final fate, apparently, and all that's left are the legends for us to speculate on. But here she rests, Legend of Mary. Stay tuned for more Urban Inc. episodes. We're going to have Jim Hi-Hat Phillips coming down next month as we go back to Kings Park Psychiatric Center. Till next time, this has been Jimmy Reece for Urban Inc. Later.
There's a wasp on my arm. Please help. I don't want to freak out. I don't want to freak out.
Don't freak. Don't freak. You okay?